Welcome back to the OPL. My name is Michael Hing, and I'm joined here by Frosco and Spawn at the analyst desk. We're running a competition right now. Hashtag IamOPL, or you can follow us at Oceania LOL underscore. Oh, I've messed that up.
The other way around. LOL underscore Oceania.
I knew as I was saying it, it's like a slow motion car crash. You're like, Michael, your words are not making sense. What are you doing? The poll we're running is which of the three teams, AV, Tatum Mines, or Abyss, are going to make that fourth spot. These are the current stats, 35, 34, 31. So it is neck and neck. Get in there and vote. Let us know which team is going to take out that last spot in the finals. But we're about to get into game 2 of Abyss versus Hellions. Spawn, what do you want Hellions to change to make them more competitive in this second game?
You know what? I was actually really impressed with the way they drafted. One thing I will give to the Hellions is that was a pretty much Hellions team comp. When I spoke to them at the start of this split, they were like, Dragon changes mean we get to fight while we're a fighting team. We're going to pick big 5v5 team fight comps. And that's exactly what it was. Just pull the trigger about 15, 16 minutes earlier. That's all I'm asking for. If you're going to go out with a big bang. Just don't even lane. Just get R. As soon as you have an R button, get level 6 somehow. Lane swap, and then just run around as a 5-man death ball. But make them fight you. Go to Dragon. Go to mid lane turret. Don't chase them through bottom lane. I mean, Abyss were just like, all right, cool. Ships in the night. We'll take you top lane turret.
Yeah, this is pretty fun. Thank goodness we have such a fantastic disengaged comp in Karma Sivir and Trundle there. On the other side, though, Abyss, they just need to play the exact same game that they have. I really like their composition that they drafted. Again, it was incredibly flexible. Rusty touched on that during the cast. And more importantly, Abyss actually have an idea about how to play the map and how to play League of Legends. So if the death ball doesn't work out for Hellions, Abyss are just going to kick them around.
And more importantly for Abyss, right, this is how they wanted to win this game. I mean, 28 minutes. Get in, get out. Don't give Hellions a shot. Just play them around the map. Take it nice and slowly. You don't have to do anything. Take it out of your hands. I mean, get your last win and then just hope that the gods align, and I mean that you fall over and Tatum Mine pick up their victory, because that's all Abyss can do right now, right? They're just praying that the results go the way they want it after they pick up this victory.
Yeah, so we're saying stick with the combo, stick with the composition, and just play more aggressively earlier. That's the plan for Hellions.
Yeah, and maybe even get a little bit more of a self-sufficient bottom lane. I mean, I like the fact that they have Sona. It's a very forgiving lane, but in saying that, Jhin has windows that you have to play around, and especially if you're a new duo to play together, Jhin is an incredibly complex champion with a lot of small nuances. Ask Bryce Jhin Paul, he loves flashing underneath turrets without any bullets. So what you need to actually do is, just go back to something that's like a little bit easier to play. I mean, pick up an Ashe or something like that has a big go button, and just allow yourself to have that freedom of being able to wave clear in the bottom lane. Hell, take the Sivir yourself.
This guy is just brutal right now, just firing shots everywhere.
That first game kind of frustrated me just a little bit, Frosk. I'm going to let you know. Honestly, Hellions had so many things to work with going in this split, and unfortunately, it's just been like a house of cards. One thing fell over, and they've continued to fall from there.
I mean, are Abyss at risk of getting kind of cocky in this game and maybe just like blue shelling themselves?
Oh, definitely. You saw that. I mean, Raid constantly stepping forward, even flashing forward in former series as the AD carry. I mean, if you do that against a competent team, they're just going to turn and blow you up.
Well, all right, that is enough from us. So let's throw it to the casters right now. It is Rusty and Atlas to take us through the game.
Thank you very much, Hingers. And man, there are some bullets flying around this room. I mean, Hellions, incompetent. Not entirely sure whether that's entirely true, because, they were at least able to do one team fight half correctly.
Yeah, look, half competent. Is that what you're exactly implying
Nailed it.
there, Atlas? I will say, again, can't discredit them individually. 5 good players just not coming together as a team. There's no meshing, there's no synergy. They are putting themselves into a wombo combo, and it's about as intuitive as it gets. But right now, it feels like they're just Veigar running around, being an angry, evil midget villain, not an actual villain.
Well, we'll see whether they can pick 5 Vigors. That might help them out. As Gragas is going to be the first ban here from Hellions. Don't want to see it coming out of Seb. Is now a move over to our red side, so maybe a little bit less stringent with the targeted banning coming out, as LeBlanc going to be banned away here as well, despite that.
They usually command themselves of Vladimir and the not necessary Rise ban this time around for the Hellions.
Of course, Rise disabled, as it is the start of the patch. Not going to be teleporting people distances around the map just yet.
Yeah, which means, thankfully, Hellions may not have, for Abyss, they may not have as many targeted bans as a necessity. Can maybe just get rid of the Vladimir, call it a day, and then look towards the continued target bans.
Well, it doesn't look like it is going to be Vladimir and Malzahar, as Malzahar is actually banned on the blue side of the map here, so Hellions not deciding that they want to pick that one up first pick. So possibly a Vladimir is an option for that last ban. Let's see what Abyss do want to do.
It'll be an interesting decision, actually, to what Hellions look towards, banning the Gragas from Seb. Maybe they do continue along the track with the Jarvan Wombo style of team composition. And Abyss can play other champions that fill the same role. Anyway, he's a fantastic Elise player. Also has that Rek'Sai there.
Yeah.
As the gauntlet has been thrown.
Yeah.
Vladimir is present.
Copper metal glove. As Vladimir is going to be insta-locked there by Ryu as well. We'll see whether it's Frey going to be playing it or whether Ryu wants to take it towards the top side. Of course, most likely to be used in that mid lane, but crazier things have happened. As Luch gets his Azir.
Exactly. Now they can both play the Vladimir between Ryu and Frey. You would imagine.
Yeah.
Once again, Frey new to the mid lane, having just transitioned back from AD carry. Perhaps he's not too accustomed to the Vladimir, but I'm going to be honest, not that hard to play. Pretty strong champion. Press 2 buttons and win the game. If they try and kill you, press your puddle.
Turn into that big blood pool. Is now Pac-Man hovering the Braum for T-Gun. Does have his Karma still available, and Sivir was up as well, but they decided to go for a different style of composition. A little bit more early CC power. Abyss might go for some sort of early invade, potentially. That's thinking a little bit too far ahead, as now Hellions with their next couple of picks to be locked in, as like you mentioned, the Elise, another option.
Yeah, of course. Vladimir is designed so that if you stand in front of somebody, the E won't hit them, so the Tides of Blood can be blocked by an able body. Of course, T-Gun being the Braum will be capable of doing the exact same thing. However, you don't necessarily need to have a door up to do it. So, interesting choice that they look immediately towards the Braum. It's more so that they want a tank to be able to keep the carries alive. Azir's going to have the wall there, Braum's going to have the door, and they can actually just set themselves up a line and fight behind that line.
Frey's been hovering this Vayne for quite some time. Probably not going to go towards it, as Impaired's trying to make up his mind between some jungle choices. Sport and jungle does make some sense as Impaired locks away the Elise. 1 second to go. That's a Taric picked up for Luna. I like it.
So they lock themselves in the Taric. Very good team fighting champion again. Has that immediate invulnerability, well not immediate, has the invulnerability that can cause a lot of problems to a non-coordinated enemy team. We have seen some of the better teams actually just wait for it to end and then turn it actually back on them once again.
Yep, let's just not do our buttons now. And go.
Exactly. It's like the light turning green. Of course, it does actually cause a lot of power, though. Think about that entire duration where somebody can't die. Imagine if that's now a Vladimir and he's doing damage to you at the exact same moment. I like the champion. They knew it was into Braum. Of course, quite easy to hit stuns.
Yeah.
And I think it stuns everybody in the line that it
does.
And so Braum can't block it with the door.
Especially if you've got 2 of those lines as well, considering that Bastion you can throw out. Luch going to take away Seb's Rek'Sai and Raid once again on the Sivir. Whoa, Bomb! He really wanted to play Vayne.
Yep. Look, I had no comments. It's Bomb, you do you, man. He's not an AD carry player. I expected something like a Lucian.
Hey, no, but you're the one that said this many, many times.
I know.
If you are going to move your role and you're a mechanically gifted player, you go top, you play Riven. You go bottom lane, you're going to play
There's 3 champions that a mid laner will play as an AD carry, and only now are there 3 because a new one has been released. It's Ezreal, Vayne, and Jhin. The occasional Lucian in there.
Yep, throw it around as Ryu is going to pick up the Trundle away from Pac-Man.
You know why?
Why?
Because Sivir's boring. It involves auto attacks. You've got spell weaving when you're playing Lucian and Ezreal, and then Vayne's just like, I can outplay everybody. I couldn't do this as mid lane. You feel empowered.
Exactly.
And then you die and you feel weak.
Well, Pac-Man is going to see the Trundle, picks up the Gnar. Does love a good melee matchup. And Pac-Man has played it a few times. I believe his most played champion.
And he's been a bit vocal as well, saying that Gnar counters the Trundle, and that has been proven as fact.
Yeah.
Of course, Gnar is picked into Trundles, and all they really needed to do was cement that it was the Vladimir mid lane before they picked into it. Of course, one potential disadvantage now is that Luch has to play against Frey on the Vlad. He's not going to be too happy about that. And you may look towards the jungle role then of Seb to come and help him out.
We'll see whether Seb is going to be able to make his way around the map effectively. Of course, on the Rek'Sai, you're able to clear camps extraordinarily fast. And with that Burrow, you can be very useful in that early ganking phase. But we haven't seen a lot of Rek'Sais prioritize ganking early. It's more about, let's get to our Cinderhulk, let's be tanky, and be able to get the work done there.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the advantages that a Rek'Sai will have. Of course, changes to Cinderhulk means that your wave clear in jungle is still going to be effective, so you can clear those camps quickly, get your gold just as quickly. You don't have to gank, but you can gank if you really want to. Of course, has creative pathing, something that an Elise is a little bit more linear in.
Well, that's exactly right. But, ladies and gentlemen, the last chance, potentially, for you to get your vote in for Hellions. Use that hashtag HLN win. Get them their first win. Come on, guys. Bring us to a game number 3. Or if you think that Abyss can just close this one out, use that hashtag AE win. Of course, if you clicked on the Abyss button in our poll competition we got going on at the moment, then you probably want them to take up this victory. So use that hashtag AE win. Give them your support as we head onto the Rift.
Yeah, this is honestly a very polar contrast to our first game. We had a death ball from Hellions. I said they just pick the wombo, just go together and kill everybody once you hit level 6. This time around, it's a Trundle in a side lane, probably a Vayne in a side lane, and then they've just got the Vladimir to round it out in the mid lane. So they're actually just playing through every single individual member, trying to out-skill their opponents.
Well, it does seem to play towards the Hellions playstyle as well, because they do have a lot of talented players that just haven't quite been able to get themselves together on the Rift so far. You can see fanning out at the moment, no early invade, but on the other side of the Rift, Abyss, the team that plays as a team, moving as a team. A team. Team. Oh, Luna almost face checks, but does spot them out just in time. Winter's Bite, oh, grazes his butt cheek. Doesn't find him.
And the ward does die, so Abyss unimpeded.
Oh, and
Simply
1
just
CS
there.
in the lead.
Nailed it.
Infinitely more CS than Hellions right now.
Dividing by 0 right now. Tegan, you need to calm down.
Ooh, there's the Dazzle. Razzle Dazzle and Luna. And 10 out of 10 for the skin choice. If you're playing Taric, there is only one skin in the game, and it is exactly that one. Winter's Bite does land. Bomb. Takes the boomerang. Decides to go home. Crouching as well, which is handy.
I think we could actually call Tarek stun now the Razzleplasm after that one. It just feels oddly appropriate.
I just prefer to call Raz Razzle Dazzle, to be honest.
Yeah. Give him a raspberry.
Do you think he'd be able to get out of gold if he played a... the
All right,
pink
moving on. Let's
Tarek
not
skin the whole
tilt him
time?
while he's not on broadcast.
I'm sorry. Raz. It was fantastic. As Frey now going to be facing off against Luke here in the mid lane. And the wave clear, a Thon is going to once again come out. Luke, of course, very happy to do so on the Azir. He's most certainly his champion of choice when it comes to destroying minions over and over again. There's the Thunderlords. As Frey is just refusing to really take damage.
Yeah, of course. Luke's just trying to be a pain in the bum. Or to attack him until he's stuck under the turret. Has a lot of base attack speed, and level 1 strength is theirs.
Yeah.
And now these two just want level 2.
Dusted Blows is going to come in from T-Gun. Decides to lock down Luna for a moment. And Rusty, correct me if I'm wrong, but was this historically thought of as a slight counter matchup in the Vayne being picked into the Sivir?
Oh, yeah. It has been noted, I think, after like the first recall. It comes down to how you play the lane as well. You want to have a lane bully with you.
Oh, there's the flash from T-Gun. Raid is burning to death, but Bomb's going to be the first to fall. First blood goes to Raid as he's very low. Luna's also going to be stunned, however, and the Winter's Bite isn't going to find it. Boomerang causes the flash with the double kill for the Abyss bottom lane. My God, Raid is playing so well today.
Yeah, Raid's definitely showing up to play. T-Gun does his part also. They get themselves the kill. Note that the Sivir had flash still that entire time and did not use it. Simply wanted to damage the Taric and look for that second kill. Plays it well. The end result is definitely theirs. And that lane control, we already said Sivir. Maybe it is a counter lane after you get your first item in. You've got a lane bully with you. If you die at level 1, you don't really have that opportunity available.
Yeah, none of those things have happened if that's the case. As Frey, you can see just transfusing him all his health back. This matchup can be a little bit misleading, given the fact that Vladimir does like to have a relatively low health bar.
You know, most champions in League of Legends have counters for various reasons. Nah, in mini form, has the advantage against the Trundle, as an example. But if you're going to stand next to the Trundle's club, you're probably going to lose the trade. The same thing applies in that 2v2 in the bottom lane. Perhaps you can outplay the Sivir, use your tumble, dodge away from the Q that the Sivir can throw out of you. But if you're going to fight them at level 1 without a condemn when they're level 2, it doesn't work that way.
Especially when you've got a Braum who's just so strong in the early levels with that passive. So you're exactly right. Bomb, though, makes it back to lane, doesn't have any items. Double longsword and a cull being picked up for Raid after that double kill. An extra 700 gold in the back pocket will do that for you. Now Abyss to completely take control of this lane.
Yeah, Bomb's about 3 swords behind.
Yep.
Not a great position to be in, and you can see the way he's now having to play in this lane. As cautious as he possibly can be until the minions reset, which thankfully for him does happen against the Sivir.
Nothing worse than being behind 2 swords and a sickle,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
even Braum agrees.
You know, he's having a bit of a laugh about it as well as Raid throws out a boomerang in a curious position. You can at the
All right,
moment.
I vote for a lane swap. I don't want to listen to T-Gun anymore.
Come on, Impaired was trying to gank the top side. Come on, guys. He's missed a pink ward. Oh, no, that's his pink ward. Ha! Yeah. Oh, no, we are going to be having a look here. Towards the bottom side until Luch decides to take our mind off it. Frey transfusing himself back, but Crimson Rush will be moving up in the next few seconds. We'll get a bunch of that health back, but he goes Impaired, yeah. Level 5 here for Frey, so he doesn't have the Hemo Plague, as Shifting Sands is going to get Luch out of trouble without having to use a Summoner. Cocoon not going to find it. Impaired's just continuing to fight him, but the Sand Soldiers are going to come in. Seb's made his way over as well. The tunnel will be able to be utilized. Frey now just waiting for that level 6. Might have some kill threat, but the heal's still there for Luch.
We already spoke towards the differences of both of these junglers as well. Seb can just farm, Impaired needs to gank. He doesn't get the gank off to be all that successful, but it was as simple as trying to dodge the Cocoon from Luch, and it felt like actually dodging that Cocoon was simple. And that's a scary thing moving forward into this game. It means Luch has got all of the confidence in the world. They would have stamped his mark down. Not only that, Impaired lost a lot of his health bar and has no mana, as you can see now. With Seb time to move.
Yeah, there's the flash knock-up as Luch wants to get the shield back. Seb takes a lot of turret damage, but unable to secure the kill. Preyseeker finds him. Oh my goodness, Pull now has to go off as the heal comes in just to make sure that Impaired cannot kill the Azir. And that's the flash out of Frey, so still worth here for Luch.
Yeah, still has lane control. Of course, using the puddle puts you at a little bit lower health than you would like as Frey, but out of necessity, Impaired now hangs around.
Yeah, there's the flash, but Luch flashes over him. Hemoplate comes in as the Empress divides down. Impaired takes care of Luch, but it's answered by Seb. And now Frey trying to catch up, has the ghost going, and Seb says, I'm tunneling underground. I don't even want to see this. As Crimson Rush is available, but can he get it? No! Frey gets the puddle down. Oh, so difficult to outplay a Vladimir.
Seb gives it his best effort, but the Vladimir, too strong, and of course overstaying his welcome there. Luch playing a confidence game, having blown that heal earlier, could have been the difference. Is up a little bit in farm, but that's now completely gone awry. And once again, Impaired focusing that middle lane of his team. Seb trying to do damage control. Not able to control this storm that is currently Luch.
Yeah, most certainly. Luch now flashless, but as is Frey, no ghost there either. So we'll see whether Seb's going to make a return visit. Same as Impaired. As Ryu cleans up this minion wave. Only 3 minions behind. We're now going to be wandering back to lane and Luch a little bit, Ryu a little bit later. As the Tiamat has been completed. So Phage versus Tiamat for Pac-Man and Ryu.
Yeah, and once again, the big discrepancy still lies within that bottom lane. T-Gun and Raid leaps and bounds ahead of their opponents. They also offer utility to the team where the Vayne does not. And so even if they were behind, it'd still be okay for Abyss. Vayne has a lot of damage, has a lot of kill threat, scales incredibly well. So as we get later and later, perhaps the opportunity is going to present itself for Hellions. The question is at what cost by the time they get there?
T-Gun's looking for bomb. No juke to come out there as T-Gun tanking up the turret. Heal has to come in, but Concussive Blows wears off. And T-Gun's taking a lot of damage. Dazzle is going to go wide there from Luna. As Raid trying to make it difficult for Bomb to CS underneath this turret. And he's going to do so. Boomerang hits once. But thankfully there is a heal from Luna, so everything will be fine.
I actually just don't understand the Taric pick when Sivir's available. That's the biggest thing that really gets me. You know how puts the stun up, it's like, I'm going to get ya.
Yep.
Yeah, Sivir's got a spell shield.
You can just sort of time that one, can't you?
It's like, come and get me, boys.
Yeah, here's your mana, and there's your mana. Sort of how it looks to me.
Yeah, and so like, yep, perhaps the Vayne does okay into the Sivir, but take into account this 2v2, there are very few situations where I would say that Raid and T-Gun are going to lose this one. Not even because of the players.
Well, at the moment Raid's just making them play with a minion wave. And this is something that we haven't touched on yet, but Hellions looks like they're going to be relying on Frey once again for sort of sole wave clear this game with that Tides of Blood. As Bomb and Ryu not necessarily known for being able to contribute.
Yeah, well, this is the major difference. They hit level 6 this time around, and Hellions' response is not to just Wombo. Now these guys are going at it.
Yeah, there's the knock-up as the Repel has to be used. Gets in over the top as the Blue buff is taken by Luch. And in goes Seb. They're looking for the freshly repelled
Seb's
Elise,
alone now.
but Frey doing a lot of work. Luch has the shifting sand soon. Not going to use it. One auto attack, that's going to get him down, but Seb now taking a lot of damage from Frey. Hemoplate goes off, and Seb going to get knocked up. Oh my god! Picks up the kill, and Seb survives.
Seb barely
And Ray takes
lives.
down Luna on the bottom side.
All right, so a third member falls down, but Impaired and Frey desperately looking to contest the blue buff, something they wanted to take from the Azir. They're trying to keep Luch down. He is usually a big win condition for this Abyss roster, but you can already see an extra kill going down on Luna. The bottom lane of Abyss is starting to go huge in this second game. That gold lead through laning phase is starting to already push further and further out of hand.
10 minutes, 3.5 thousand gold, now moving up to 4. Brilliant play so far from Abyss in this laning phase.
A super clutch 2v2 to actually round that one out from Abyss. From Seb in particular. He was very deep. Luch mispositioned, looking for just the kill. We do get to see this bottom 2v2. Bomb turns invulnerable. Again, one of the strengths that the Turek does present. However, there's more problems than just the invulnerability.
There's Luna. Decent little flash there, but where's he going to go?
Yeah, why did he go that way?
An odd decision.
That's the real question.
However, now Impaired has to use his flash to get over the side, but Frey's in here. Seb flashes away as well. The Dragon falls in favor of Abyss, but they have to use a lot of summoner spells to lock it down.
Yeah, Luch didn't rotate, so they just had to flash to get to safety. Maybe if the Azir was there, they could have fought their way out. They don't opt into it.
Not this time.
Better safe than sorry. As speaking of Luch, of course, one of the champions that's seeing a slight adjustment in item purchases is that Azir.
Yeah.
Very different between the Nash's Tooth build, or you go for the Morellos with Berserker Greaves. It seems that he's opted towards the Morellos, and that is because he's against a Vladimir. You lose a bit of attack speed, you lose the on-hit bonus that the Nash's provides without the soldiers, but you get a bit of extra damage on those soldiers.
Yeah. And of course, most importantly, the ability to stop Frey from healing as much. Grievous wounds, pretty good.
To be fair, the Grievous Wounds doesn't actually apply at a very timely point in any trade that you make.
Yeah,
it's more of the all-in where it's actually useful, unfortunately. I think 30% is where it applies the Grievous Wounds.
Yeah, 30 or 40. Well, Abyss continuing to push here after taking that top outer turret, wanting to snowball with this objective lead. Half health now on the inner as Impaired's the only one that's moved over to try and help out as Pac-Man chasing after Ryu on the bottom side of the map. No teleport available anyway, as there's the ultimate out of T-Gun. Impaired does juke out of the way, but the repel isn't going to get him anywhere. Moves himself over the side as Seb finds the knock-up. Raid has a lot of damage. Concussive blows one more time from T-Gun.
They're not done.
Yeah, now the inhibitor's falling down. The pings go out onto Frey, but Abyss say, nah, we're going to try and take this one if we can. Nice concussive blows one more time there from T-Gun, as this tower is not long for the world. And once again, pre-20-minute inhibitor turret as Frey throws down a Hemoplague on everyone. Good spell shield from Raid as the knock-up comes through, and he's unstoppable now as he takes the kill.
Actually times the spell shield from what looks like blocking both spells, as the Civic can do, depending on the window that you use. Yours is a combo. Frey doesn't get anything, gets stunned once again by that Braum. And through the 2v2 of Abyss Esports, they now cement themselves in a ridiculously far ahead position.
7,000 gold, 13 minutes in, 5-0-0 for Raid. This guy had some serious Weet-Bix this morning.
Had some serious Weet-Bix?
Or cereal. Weet-Bix is cereal in the morning. I think I misspoke. Essence Reaver done though. And he does have double dagger as well as those Berserker's Greaves, so only a few more creeps and that cull will be complete.
How many Weet-Bix is defined as a lot?
I don't know.
Because
A
I've
whole
never,
box?
I mean, no, like for breakfast. Like, how many do you have before it's confirmed as manly?
I don't know, maybe 9?
No.
Well, that'd definitely be manly,
So I was
right?
thinking
just
5.
5?
Yeah, because then it's more
That's
than
regular,
like a
isn't
full
it?
bowl.
I don't know, it depends how big your bowls are. As Raid and Luch come over to try and help T-Gun out. And do so successfully. Now the inside track being given to Abyss. They move towards this inner turret. 4 members strong. Pac-Man still split pushing. They have a lot of siege damage and so much wave clear with this combo as T-Gun puts up the door. He's the one that could potentially be in trouble. Good tunnel comes out as T-Gun is going to get taken by Bomb. Luna has the ultimate, but it's about to wear off as he gets delivered into the team. Raid picks up 1 kill onto Impaired as the Sun Turret's helping out so much, and Pac-Man moves his way over with a teleport to help out the rest of them. Raid still at full health And now Abyss looking to take down this inner.
I think Bomb got a total of 2 auto attacks off there. One of them was to last hit somebody flying away. The second was on a sun turret. And so Abyss, they actually get themselves a pretty successful team fight. Even through Luna hitting a great ultimate, they're not done.
Well, there's the wallop and the Nara as Ryu gets pushed back. Nice knock up from Seb. And they'll lock down the kill for the Azir. Now Bomb has to deal with these Sand Soldiers as the inhibitor's going to fall down. We'll see whether Abyss moves straight to the top side inhibitor as well, which
They
is
shouldn't.
uncovered.
Because Frey has his ulti now available. They should actually back off and show some respect once again to the Hellions roster. Death timers are not that long.
Good point.
And so they do. Once again, a good time to reset.
15 minutes, 10,000 gold lead. Abyss doing it again in Summoner's Rift, and Hellions looking to finish the OPL season winless.
And it's actually a really simple train of thought to follow here from Abyss Esports. We have a Sivir. It's 15 minutes into this game. Laning phase is over. Put them mid.
Yeah.
Actually just put the Braum Sivir mid, try and threaten. But instead of putting Azir into a side lane, recognize that they had a 5-0-0 Sivir. Just stay as 3 people and pressure everybody out. No one can stop you. Hellions have a Vayne that has no wave clear, has no present ability to prevent you from sieging. And that's exactly where Hellions went wrong with this draft. Feels like they just wanted to play champions that they enjoy playing.
I mean, that's commendable in a certain way, but certainly not working at this point.
And what your goals are.
Yeah, very true. There's Luch's 30 CS in the lead. And City Raid also still ahead, but by not as much, as Bomb now has his free wave to work on. Super Creep being dealt with very slowly by this level 8 Vayne.
In items between Raid and Bomb.
Yeah.
Is unreal.
I think he's still got some money to him as well as the Phantom Dancer Essence Reaver. Just doesn't feel like enough for this 6-0-1 Sivir, who's taken down 8 turrets so far.
Hey, we're at 16 minutes for what it's worth.
Yeah, there's no Baron to take.
Like,
This is weird.
They're now sieging the only side of the base that has a turret standing instead of top lane.
It's ridiculous. Heal actually goes out of... no, it's just going to be Luna healing him up. Thought it was the heal. Thought I heard the sound, but doesn't come out. Raid throws down the ultimate, though. But good for Hellions. So the creep wave is going to be followed through, and Pair taking a lot of damage from Luch as Raid takes the cocoon. There's the ultimate out of Luna. Because now they're going to go in for the fight. Nice knock up from T-Gun. Tries to get the work done, but it's just not going to happen. As Frey able to get down a decent hemo plague, but good heal comes out of Raid, and they just don't take enough damage.
Hey,
nice
Frey's
stun
alive.
from T-Gun as Frey, did survive. And Raid's going to be able to take down Rio on the backside. Good wallop as Seb flashes through. This is the go button. Already 3 of them dead on the side of the Hellions, and Luna has to run away. Yeah, there are super creeps in the base. 17 minutes in, and we're looking to finish the game. This has been a quick series.
This is a disgustingly quick game. They can't end, surely, but they're not far away as the next minions are about to crash. They actually have the tools now with this last super minion. That's a 17-minute game.
That is ludicrous. Ryu's about to respawn, impaired there as well. Bomb's about to come back up, but the Nexus isn't. That's going down. Empress Divide comes through from Luch just to try and deter them, or maybe because he wanted to press his R button, and there goes the Nexus. Abyss with probably the quickest 2-0 victory that we've seen. And remember last week, the Chiefs won against Sin in raucously short time.
Yeah, let's just say the gauntlet's been thrown in that respect. Abyss are ready for the tiebreakers.
They most certainly are, but we are going to throw it back to the analyst desk to break down the Abyss 2-0.
Thank you, casters. Well, that is a record quick game for Osco. That is the quickest game we've ever seen in the OPL.
I think they misheard you, Jake. I think they thought, don't press R buttons at 10 minutes. They were like, lose at 10 minutes? Got it.
Oh, well, then they even failed at that. I mean, it took 17 minutes. But in all seriousness, even the client is against the Hellions, guys. They didn't let him surrender, so, until 20 minutes. In all seriousness, hats off to Abyss, because this is such a hungry team. I mean, they came in with one job. All they could do is win their best of 3, and then move on from there, go buy a Chiefs jersey, buy a Tatum Mines jersey, barrack those teams over the line. And they held up their end of the bargain in pretty much record-breaking time. I mean, I've been here for about an hour, Hingers, and, we're already halfway through the night.
Did you feel this is the first team, Hellions are the first team to go 0-10 in the OPL? If you're a Hellions fan right now, I mean, are you frustrated? Are you feeling just disappointed?
Personally, I'm actually just amazed. I've never seen a team lose a professional game in 17 minutes. That is the shortest game on record for the OPL. This is the first time that we've had a team not take a single series over the course of a season. So.
And let's look at let's not beat around the bush. I mean, the Hellions at the start of the last split, they moved into their gaming house. They had this whole new roster that they just put together, and they released a video that said they're coming for Chiefs and Legacy. I mean, this is a team that had high hopes. If anything, the Hellions players have to do some soul searching because they head into relegations. Their split isn't over. They still have to fight for their OPL life, and off the back of that, I just don't know where you rebuild from.
All right, well, that is the first game of our possible three-way tie. So this is Abyss have defeated Hellions, but now we're going to see Chiefs versus Avant-Garde, and then Tainted Minds versus Sin. Guys, is this going to fall into place? Are we going to see a three-way tie?
Well, personally, this is the expected. So again, if things go to how we assume they will, if they follow the standings, this should come out to a three-way tie. It would have to be an upset.
Yeah, it certainly would be. And the other thing right now, right, is if you just seen Abyss win that way, and you're Avant-Garde, and you're like, if we 2-0 or 2-1, the Chiefs get to go to a tiebreaker ourselves. Like, that is a best-case scenario. You do not want to play that Abyss team right now. I mean, they just absolutely destroyed an OPL team. That was nasty. So, I mean, if you're a Avant, like, just do or die right now.
All right, well, that is it for the first series. Let's get back right after this.